Now, the trade war is having a big impact on travel, with fewer Canadians making trips to the U.S. Let's bring in Kristine Geary to discuss more on how the tariffs are affecting her travel agency. She is the founder of Maple Leaf Tours and joins us from Kingston, Ontario. And nice to see you. Thanks for taking the time, Kristine.
Thanks, Andrew. Happy to be here.
So I've been told you've had a 70 or 80% drop in bookings from people traveling to the U.S. Which destinations have been hit the hardest by cancellations?
It's been devastating. Sales, you're right, sales have plummeted 70 to 80% in the travel to the United States with the new administration. For us, and what we're hearing is that the hardest hit area is New York City. Where people used to go and, see a Broadway show, be in Central Park, be in Times Square. The feeling is simply now, not here. I'm not giving my money to that man. That's exactly what we're hearing. It's heartbreaking.
So they're saying, I'm not.
We had tours going to New York City monthly, full monthly. We don't have, everything has been canceled.
Now that must be hard on your business, right?
Extremely hard.
Yeah.
We're seeing it, I think it's like everybody, everything's so volatile and things are changing every day. So, I'm waiting to see how things are going to shake out, but I may have to make changes in my staffing. Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about so who is it saying, I'm not giving money to that man? I know you mean Donald Trump. Tell us more about what they're saying and the frustration that they're feeling in terms of just not wanting to go to the United States right now. And why?
I think it ranges from concern. What am I going to expect when I get there? To frustration, will I be safe? To angry, I'm not going to support that guy. I think people are feeling very patriotic and uncertain, and they do not want to give their money to someone who they feel isn't treating us very well. It's a very patriotic sort of sense.
So I know that a lot of your business is about these tours to the U.S., but are you sympathetic with some of those feelings?
I mean, I completely understand. We're pivoting to Europe and the cruise market. And I completely understand, just while I was waiting for you here, I had somebody reach out on our live chat asking about our Christmas cruise that is a departure from New York. Given what's happening in the US right now, how is this going? Do you think we'll still go on this Christmas cruise? The departure point is New York. And we're there for one day. That's it. But it's apprehension. It's for myself, it's emotionally and professionally devastating. We've built our business on the joy of travel, and it's not there.
What about the joy of travel? So you mentioned Europe. Are you considering shifting your tour packages to Canadian destinations?
Well, we always have.
Yeah.
We've always had a huge, Canadian content, and it is strong and it is doing well. We've had people, clients who were booked to tours. Nashville, for example, that's a huge destination. It's a comfort tour. Everybody loves Nashville. So people are calling in and canceling Nashville, and we're saying, would you like to move to the fall, or would you like to, a credit? No, I want my money back. I'm not going to the U.S. We have others that are saying, oh, happily, book me on Cape Breton. I'll go to the Celtic Colors, or I'll go to PEI, or I'll go to the Agua Canyon right here. So we do have a strong Canadian component, and we always have. But one sector of my company that's really suffering is sports tours. We took groups to Boston to see the Red Sox at Fenway with the tour of Fenway, canceled. We took groups to New York, to Yankee Stadium to see the Yankees play, canceled. We went to Chicago to see the White Sox and the Jays, canceled. It's incredible the amount, it's devastating the amount that we've had to cancel. And our school groups are pretty much non-existent because there's a huge safety concern about around the LGBTQ two-spirit community, where they no longer feel safe traveling into the U.S. So we've, the sports teams, the school teams, the performance teams canceled. It's devastating.
What about on the other end? You know, you bring these tours to the U.S. Are they noticing the impact of Canadians? I mean, it's billions of dollars, and I can't remember. It's so many people that Canadians travel to the U.S. What are they saying to you?
It's devastating. You know, I got a call from our hotel. All of our Maple Leaf tours stay at the Gaylord Opryland Resort. It's world famous in Nashville. You know, I'm getting calls from the sales team saying, you know, is there anything we can do, or you know, what can we do to help you? Do you think your groups are going to come this Christmas? Because our tours sell out to Nashville at Christmas time, and they're all worried. You know, do you think, what can we do to help you? You know, we've got space. You know, I got a call from Arlington, Virginia. You know, our school groups have all canceled. Our hotels are empty. Our restaurants are empty. Our staff are all being furloughed. Can you help us?
What do you say?
No.
Yeah.
We can't. I'm really sorry. We really can't. They're just not coming.
Kristine,
it's devastating.
Yeah, it's devastating. But the anger here with a U.S. president threatening our economy, threatening our existence, I think, as you've said, people say it's too much and they don't want to support it. Kristine, wish you well, though. Thank you very much. Kristine Geary, founder of Maple Leaf Tours.
Thank you.